everybody.
Hey, everybody.
It's Stephen and Katie with King of the Deep. Tuning in to you guys tonight, this Wednesday night. I hope everyone is doing well. I think it takes a little bit of a delay before you guys see the notification. So hop on, and when you get on here, say hello. We are going to just sort of go over how this past championship event that we just finished went. And then share a couple of thoughts that we have about next season and when we're looking at starting that, and just a few things that we can share right now. So we'll get right into it. I see I've already got some people on. Say hello if you're watching from a platform you can make comments on. So let me start out as always. Let me say a big, huge, ultimate shout out to our sponsors. We are still going to continue representing our sponsors through the end of the year, although we are done with the series. So big, huge thank you to everybody at these companies here. Super ATV, our title sponsor, they're amazing. Specialized ATV, MSA Off-Road Wheels, Aftermarket Assassins, Gator Waders, VP Racing, Peraza Synthetics or Amsoil Fluids, Used Power Sports here in North Carolina, Off-Road Outlaws, Riding Deep Motorsports, Carolina Custom ATV, Dirty Stripper Chemicals, Monster Rigging Off-Road, and Murray Power Sports. They are all just amazing people to have on our team, and we are so thankful to have their support. So let's just get right into it. We just finished up our number 6 event for the series for the year. This is actually our 15th event for the whole 2024 calendar year, but it was our 6th and final series event, our championship Bounty Bowl that we had at Grand River Motorsports Park in Robertsdale, Alabama. And Steve, you want to say anything about the park? Or
yeah, I'm not going to talk a lot because I have very little voice left. This weekend was a great event. The park was unbelievable. Over 2,500 acres of riding. We had a lot of people came with us that rode throughout the weekend, got hundreds of miles on the trails. We had a great weekend. The park and the staff were just unbelievable. It is obviously a new park, just started within the last year. They've got big plans, and we've got big plans with them.
Yeah, so it was an incredible park. One really fun thing we did, we had about 25, I think, people that had started the scavenger hunt, maybe like 17 or 18 completed it. Super ATV sent us a bunch of really cool stuff. They sent a winch, a light bar, light pods, whip, big cool, like a Super ATV cooler. They sent a bunch of cool stuff, and we did a scavenger hunt that anybody could participate in with little stops all over the park, and that was super neat. And the park is amazing. They've got like little, and they're mapped excellently. So it's definitely a park that you need to check out if you're interested in riding, because it was really cool. So thank you to Ivan, to James, and to Matt at the park for everything that they did. We work with a lot of places, and when the park is organized and, have people on the staff that are willing to jump in and do whatever is necessary, it makes things a lot easier. And it was just a pleasurable experience from start to finish to work with them. And we're excited to have the opportunity, hopefully, to go back again in the future. So, all right, let's go recap the event. First of all, Friday night, we did the knockout racing. And so that was really cool. What that was, if you weren't there, it was 2 identical side-by-side tracks. They started like right next to each other, lining them up like a drag strip essentially. And then on the green flag, they go and they take off, and then we don't time it, but it's whoever crosses the finish line first. So it was basically a down. It had like a big kind of banked loop, and then it had some humps, and you came back, and, it was real quick, and it was entertaining. It was neat. The crowd got to see who made it and who was knocked out. And then if you made it, you won your heat, then you advanced. And so that was a lot of fun. We ended up having 17 racers in the side-by-side open class and 7 racers in the side-by-side naturally aspirated class. And so what that ended up being was first place in the naturally aspirated class went to Jameson Rollins, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
And then second place went to Adam Music.
Yep.
And then in the open class, first place went to Randy McGee. Randy McGee. And second place went to Justin Touchstone. So there's those guys. The park gave away $1,000 for that, and that was a lot of fun. They got some really cool trophies right there, as you can see, and it was just a good time. That was like probably one of my favorite parts of the weekend. It was really cool.
Yeah, shout out to Dave Applegate for his help with the knockout races. We had a good time Friday night, and Mr. Red Hayes down there from Team 904 even got out there and helped us do some flagging. So appreciate those guys' help.
And I'm going to jump to Saturday night just because you mentioned Dave. Dave Applegate is with Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series, and they came in and worked with us to put on the drag racing for this event. The park contributed to it, and then those boys at Southern Power Sports and then Casey with HCL Contracting, they worked hard to raise more money, and they raised an additional to get it up to $7,500 to pay out on Saturday night. And I don't know everybody's names, but here are the photos for the winners for the drag racing. I think we got on most of them right here. But there's a post of it online. We ended up running like, I think 8 or 9 classes on that. And we had, everybody won trophies and money and everything. And it was a really awesome experience. I did want to just mention and shout out to the sponsors that we had for that. Of course, Grand River Motorsports Park, Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series, HCL Contracting. Casey brought a bunch of equipment in and had that drag strip really set on point. And then B&L Motorsports, Chicken Shine, Bo Brannon, Blaze and Trails Performance, Miller Motorsports, Extreme ATV and Off-Road, and Elton Road Mud Park. And also big shout out, thank you to Elton Road, because I know that they helped with the ladders, and I heard her on the microphone and stuff too. So thank you to everybody that made that possible. And also, you guys know, if you're looking for something else to do this coming weekend at South Georgia Motorsports Park, they've got a big drag race for the Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series with Dave.
Yeah, and the track was great on Friday night for the knockout racing. Big shout out to Dan.
That's
and
right.
A lot of the guys there at the Grand River Motorsports Park put a lot of time and effort into helping us with the tracks, with the bounty holes, and they did work on the drag strip a little bit. And Casey came in there and got that thing perfect, man. It was great.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to the Little Dirty Kids and the King of the Deep Bounty Hole on Saturday. It was the championship event for both. And so how that works is we have the individual race for that day. And then, so we have that day's winners for that event, stop number 6. And then they also get points for wherever they place that day, which puts them in their total points for the series. So we will start with that day of racers for the Little Dirty Kids. And I want to say on here that I didn't get the flyer out to acknowledge all of the sponsors for that, because I had several that kind of were waiting to see if they could do it. And then I had some that sort of threw me money at the last minute, and we were preparing everything. But I do want to say big shout out for stop number 6 to Dirty Stripper Chemicals, Matt Gay Associates, Jennifer Forrester with Fast Tracks Mud Bog, Sablewell, Mr. Larry Sable, he always donates, Affordable Heating and Air, Smut Baby Customs, Mr. Jacob Ray, Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series, Dave Applegate, Riding Deep Motorsports, Mike Summers, Cash Dixon Racing, Snorkel Deep, which is Kyle Davis and his family, and Vessel Power Sports. And what's really interesting to me and really cool is that a lot of those Snorkel Deep, Cash Dixon, Riding Deep, Smut Baby Customs, these are adult racers. And Cash is obviously a teenager, but these are racers that are racing with King of the Deep, and they believe in supporting these kids. And it's just really special to see our racers give back to the kids in that way. So
it was a show, Jonathan. I'll tell you what, man, my voice is about gone, but I can tell you what, it was an unbelievable weekend of racing. And if you weren't there to see all of the racing, all of the racers, all of the trophies, all of the smiles, and all of the people that went home happy, dude, I tell you what, you missed it. But we got some bangers coming out for 2025.
Hey, Jessica.
I promise you're not going to want to miss those, y'all.
Thank you. I just gave you guys a shout out. Thank you guys for all your help Saturday night at the drag race.
Yeah.
And hello, Braxton. I bet your arms were just, getting tired from carrying all those big checks and actual little paper checks around.
Thank y'all for tuning in, though. We appreciate y'all tuning in and all the support. Unbelievable this weekend, how many people came. And, as we always say, we do this for our racers. We do this for the fans. We do this for our partners and for the people that support us. So we appreciate it so much.
Yeah, it takes him a couple of days to get his voice back. Yes, the kids are so fun. And I just think also I feel like knowing that the kids are out there watching, we haven't really had I don't feel like we've had any real issues with any kind of sportsmanship or anything like that. But I just think that knowing that the kids are there watching you, just remind you in the back of your mind to hold yourself, just to hold yourself to a higher level, because you're a role model for these kids. And I think it's important.
We had some great racing from the kids too. The younger kids in the King of the Deep racing was just
Braxton. Don't be scaring him away. No, he's not racing with us, y'all. Don't worry.
Don't worry, guys. Braxton said he's going to retire the NA bike. They're going to put that in a showcase.
Hey, Jaden.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations this weekend, Jaden. I heard you guys did pretty good down there at that other park. I won't say its name.
Yeah, absolutely, helping each other. Yep, that's exactly what it's about. So, all right, so let's get right into, and you guys keep commenting. I'll put some stuff in a minute, but let me go through some of these kids. So for the event number 6, for the mini motor class, which is the age 8 and under, 125 cc and less, we had Lakin Wethington took first place, Isaac Davis took second, and Paisley Bates got third place. She's so cute. Look at her. She's so cute.
Y'all, these kids were so excited. And I say this too. When these kids first got started, a lot of them, the first time, especially the first couple of times, the nerves really were obvious. I mean, they were nervous. Their parents were nervous. They were all very excited. But man, they really have taken to what we're doing with this racing, and we love to see it. This is a great example of it. Look at those 2 girls taking on first and third, and then Isaac and the whole Davis family. We just love seeing them out there.
Yes. All right. So then for this was the single cylinder class, right? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Had to have been.
So this is the single. No, this isn't single. Maybe this is just a random picture. Because single cylinder, Lakin got first place.
We got some randoms too, y'all.
Hold on, y'all. There we go. All right. Here's a single cylinder class.
For the series.
No, this is a series. Okay. I messed something up here. Single cylinder for the Little Dirty Kids was first place went to Lakin Wethington. I might not have the picture on here, right? But first place went to Lakin Wethington. Luke Evan. Second place went to Lakin Wethington, and third place went to Cutter Wethington. Okay, so that was right. That was right. I just got mixed up.
Luke Evan had to leave.
I got mixed up.
That was right. Look at them.
Okay. Yep. So there's Lakin and Cutter.
Tell y'all what, if you haven't seen Lakin and Cutter at these events, they are excited and they are ready to race and they want to win. It's brother and sister.
Yep.
And they have raced in the Little Dirty Kids all year, and they have been great to watch.
You know how competitive siblings are.
If you haven't seen that picture of Cutter where he's like flying over top of the 4-wheeler from the graveyard, that just puts it all into words.
All right. And so then we've got our V-twin class. First place was River Robertson. Second place was Bentley Pepe, and third place was Peyton Davis. And so that's been fun. All right. And then we've got our side-by-side class. First place was Bentley Pepe. Second place was Charlie Bullard. And third place was Zylan Pepe. And Bentley got a 4.0 or a 4.00 time. So he had the fastest pass of the day for the kids. So that was pretty neat.
And Bentley was the only kid who would do the belly flop for me. So big shout out to Bentley. We love Bentley. He's got the best personality.
He is always like just all in. Like whatever it is, he's going to go for it. And, you know, and I'll say their family is so sweet. They always offer to help or what do you guys need? They're very sweet. All right. So then moving on, we'll just stay with the Little Dirty Kids to the series. For the mini mutters, the series came down here. We had Lakin Wethington got first in the overall points. Cutter got second, and then Isaac got third place in the points for the mini mutters for the season. And then in the single cylinder class, the Lakin got third place in the single cylinder. First place went to Hayden Brown, I believe. And then second place went to Killian Mosley. But their family got COVID and they weren't able to make that final race. So they were not pictured. Obviously, they didn't race, but Hayden and Killian had done so well all year that they had it locked in anyway. That wasn't really necessary for them to be there. I know that they were extremely disappointed that they couldn't make it though. But anyway, so they got first and second, and then Lakin got third place there. And then for the V-twin class, Peyton Davis took first for points. And in second, we have Bentley Pepe. And then in third, we have Alex Witt. And then for our side-by-side class, the last class for the Little Dirty Kids, first place went to Charlie Bullard, second place went to Bentley Pepe, and third place went to Zylan Pepe. So that was really special. And I did a little bit of math. We gave away over $13,000 for the kids this year. was what was, and that was all donated money for the kids. So that was with all the races, and including the points.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
big thank you to that at the beginning of the year was 100% what we could raise at each event, and so that's a big thank you to so many people throughout the year. All 6 events, there's those random people at every event that would throw in money, and that right there is just going to be a great sign for the future. So thank y'all for investing over $13,000.
Yeah.
That's great. So we appreciate that. 100% of the proceeds from the sponsors for Little Dirty Kids went back to the kids. We didn't keep a dime of that
Larry,
money.
Love you.
Everything that was donated this year from Larry, from Little Dirty Kids, Dirty Stripper Chemicals, every single person that donated, y'all, we gave that 100% back to the kids.
Yeah. And if you're interested in doing something, we had some people, I had people like Larry Sable, like Jennifer Forrest Fuller, Fuller Forrester, Eddie from Affordable Heating and Air. I had some people, and then of course Dirty Stripper Chemicals, who gave money every single race. Like they said, you 100% can count on it. Just send me the request. And then I had some people who said, I want to help, but I might not be able to do it every time. Check with me and let me know. And I had some people who could send $20 or $40, and I had some people who sent $100 or more, $200 more dollars. But all of it went out to the kids, and we just really appreciate it, because I don't think that everybody understands how special it is and how this gives the kids something to be proud of, and the memories. Yeah. And the memories that they're making, so anyways, it was very impressive, and we were excited and honored to be able to do that this year. And we do love the kids. You're right. We do.
Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Share this. If you have any riding groups, share this with your friends. And we appreciate everybody this year. We were trying to do this live as soon as we could. So I'm sorry I sound like a broken record or a scratch record.
That's the goal, David. We're going to stay right side up and get some trophies next year for Emma.
Absolutely. She put on a great show, though, at a lot of events this year. And I was very proud to see her go down there and put on a good one when you guys raced with my good friend Chad down there. So we're impressed. We definitely have a lot to look forward to with her. She had some flashes of brilliance this year.
I love that, Braxton. We are definitely planning to continue doing the kids series, and we've kind of got that started in the works for that.
Oh boy, that ain't gonna cause problems in that one too. Y'all gonna show up with some crazy built bike for the kid.
He's gonna be like, it's not against the rules.
But it's the rules, Steve. You said it was good for the rules.
Yeah.
Now Braxton's gonna be calling me at 12 o'clock at night going, hey man, let me ask you about this little kids class room.
Bigger and better every year. Yep. Chris said, we hope y'all can get further south so we can run more King of the Deep. Yes.
I promise you we will be there. We're going to work hard on it. And, we are working right now with a lot of people working to get our 2025 schedule locked in. So, hey, if there's a park out there that you guys think that you want to see us, let us know. There's some parks out there that we are coming to that we haven't mentioned or haven't said anything about, but we're working hard on our schedule. I can only imagine what Ryan would build. It would be a literal build off.
Thank you.
So
yeah. So we're going to. It was a really good event. It was just good.
It was
it was a good event, good show. It was awesome. So, but yeah, I got some information I'm gonna give you. We're gonna run through the King of the Deep results, and then I'll tell you guys a little bit about what we're thinking next year. And we'll see. Okay. Let's see, where was I? All right. Event number 6 winners. This is a small NA class, and those trophies, those checks are like pre-printed ahead of time, but I believe we ended up giving away $1,600 to first place, for a small tire NA and small tire open.
We start marking through them and writing that in there.
Yeah.
We had said that, but when we get
Braxton's like, don't tell everybody how much money I got. All right. So we got Braxton in first.
Can I get a loan, Braxton?
We got Braxton in first place. You might have to help me with some of who these people are. Who is that in second place? And that was Jerry.
Jerry Lee had to go to the hospital.
Yep.
He got third place, and then Bentley was standing in for Cullen, who was with Jerry.
Yes. Yep. And Jerry, we talked to him, and he's all right.
Good. He got a couple broken ribs. Don't want to admit the HIPAA violation, but I'm gonna tell you business. He's doing okay, y'all. He's sore, but he's doing okay.
Yeah. All right, so that was small tire NA. Small tire open went to Gavin Spain, first place. Jerry Lee, second place. His buddies there standing in for him. And then Braxton Langston, third place. So again, Gavin ended up taking home like $1,600. Medium tire, I believe that they took home $2,200 for first place for medium.
Yeah.
So medium was Peyton Talby took first, Braxton Langston took second, and Brian Baxley got third. And Brian had already left. So Bentley doesn't mind holding any extra trophies.
Bentley's so
right
cute. It's like, Bentley, you're my stand-in. Bentley's like, okay.
Yeah. All right. And then the unlimited class, we've got Braxton got first place. And I think his first place was 3,600. And then Miss Charity got second place. Look at her looking all cute. And then third place went to, who is that? Is it Kyle Shirley? Is that right? Yes, Kyle Shirley in third place.
There's Kyle.
Yep. So those were our winners for the for the event number 6 and day. And so like in that class, Braxton had a 7.75 second pass and Charity had an 8.79 second pass. And then Kyle had like an 11.39. But I mean, it was wild. The next person after that had a 56 second pass. So these three right here, I mean, 100% deserved it. They earned it. They were walking on water, y'all. It was like I was in church. It was crazy. But it was good. It was good. All right. Points for the series, small tire NA class. First place went to Grayson Drake. Second place went to Gavin Spain. And third place went to David Peraza. Then in small tire open class, first place went to Gavin Spain. Second place went to Grayson Drake. And third place went to Mr. Jacob Ray. So Bentley stood in for him because Jacob had a little tumble off the bike and couldn't quite remember what state he was in. So we sent him to the hospital to get checked out.
Hey, but Jacob Ray came back. He was watching the drag race and hanging out. That's a tough cookie right there, man.
Yeah, they said that he got up and he knew he was racing, but he didn't know where he was. And then they said, well, you need to go get checked out. And he said, well, I'll go after I get my second run. And they said, you just got your second run. And he was like, are you sure? I did. Are you sure I got my second run? And then, so he goes to the hospital and he gets checked out. And then we weren't even halfway through the awards and he was video chatting us like, did I win? Did I win? And so he did. He got third place overall points for the small tire open class for the year. Medium tire first place went to Mr. Dane Noeth. Second place was David Peraza. And third place was Gavin Spain. And Dane earned, he took a lot of medium and unlimited first place podiums throughout the year. Here he is, unlimited class. First place overall went to Dane. Second place went to Ethan Barnes. And third place went to Grayson Drake. So it was really an awesome.
Don't tell them how much money we gave away yet. I'm going to let y'all guess and we'll give y'all some free stuff. Whoever guesses how much money we gave away total, and we'll do some other stuff. But I got
total for what?
Some free stuff to give away to y'all tonight. How about that?
I hope I know how much. I don't know what you were trying to add up. I hope I know. This is for the total event right here.
There you go.
Okay, is that what you wanted to know?
Well, we can throw some other ones out there too.
All right. So, let's see here. Let me
get
the
little dirty kids and everything else. We all have a lot of different numbers that we can throw out there. But the total amount paid this weekend, we're gonna give some money away. We'll let y'all guess on that.
I'm trying to catch up with these comments. Okay.
Sorry, y'all. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in.
Braxton,
Thank y'all
no
for
X3s in the kids class. Daniel have to build one of them if you do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Braxton show up like, hey man, you said it was a 1,000 kids side by side class.
Dixon's tired of building a machine.
But you can't run nitrous on it.
He said
I'm built out. I bet you are, big man. I bet you are, bud.
Ryan says I almost bought a Ranger 150 just to build something crazy. Yeah,
that would be cool. We're gonna have to make some holes where these things are. It wasn't in a not frame stretch.
I wouldn't mind doing a dump bed class. I'm just saying.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't in a not frame stretch. It's not frame stretched. That's right. Come on, Brian Baxley. Swear you talking about this on the internet now, but you would talk about me in person.
Dixon said, Rick Merck says you got 2 or 3 more in you, Daniel. Let's see. Yes, Braxton did really good. I'm gonna say, and look, I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute when we go to the Bogger of the Year because Braxton didn't race with us the whole year. He kind of came in like the last couple of races. But I'm gonna tell you what, he would have definitely, I think, been a contender for the Bogger of the Year if he'd have been racing with us all year. Bentley.
Billy definitely. Hey man, he went to school and probably all his family and everybody's like, look at how well he did. Billy's got all these podiums, trophies. I love it. He's
all
such a
Bryson
good
can do
kid.
7 seconds. Bryson said, "Yeah, I'm working on it. That's too slow."
Hey, but Brian Baxley, y'all send me some things that y'all think we should do for the NA class. We do have to make that NA class a little bit more NA and a little bit more stock. I know that
Bryson
stock motor
will get
only got
there.
so much. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna be
we're gonna talk about that later.
Bentley definitely told everyone he got all the podiums. He probably took all those pictures to school, y'all. He took them all to school today. All right, let's do the let's talk real quick. Okay, so that was a fun thing that we did. Was who came up? Was it somebody said, yeah, let's do like a crowd favorite. And look at this one on the screen. And we had, you want to talk about the crowd favorite? Pass.
Yes, so we picked 5 people at the beginning of the event, and none of them could vote for themselves. And it was a 3-2 vote, and it was Braxton versus Peyton Talby, and Peyton Talby took home. Big shout out to Eddie at Monster Rigging Off Road. You can see they have given us all kinds of recovery gear throughout the year, shackles, straps for our side by side. But the pass that everyone voted on 3-2, so not everyone. It wasn't unanimous, but 3-2 was Peyton Talby, and it was at almost dark. You guys, we had a couple of things happen, and we had 195 runs, and we were trying to get it all finished up. But man, it was the best day of racing I've ever been involved with, and I appreciate everybody who stayed and watched and all the racers.
I feel like we should have given him something though besides like recovery rope. Like he makes his passes. That should have gone to like the most stuck person.
Well,
but he's had some really, really incredible passes whenever he's been at anything we've done. And that was certainly an amazing pass in that his second run that night.
Well, but he won't get stuck anymore with that tow rope. I promise you, there's nothing in the world that you can put on that tow rope that's going to not pull it out. You can pull bulldozers out with that thing.
Yeah. We thought we might have to pull you out if you said anything in the bounty hole again.
Well, speaking of old, Dan was the one who got stuck this weekend. Won't me. I did not do another oopsie with the Bobcat in the bounty hole. That was Dan. So, hey, Dan's tuned in. That's all you, Dan Champ.
It was. It didn't matter if it was daylight. That kid ran so fast you still wouldn't have seen him.
Yeah.
No, it was Daniel. Mickey said next year side by side and ATV. We're gonna talk about that in just a minute. Give me just a minute.
I agree with you, Mickey.
Need it for the skid. Yeah, we thought we did. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Dang it, Daniel. All right. So that kind of all right. We got one more to talk about right here. Bogger of the year went to Mr. Dane Noeth. As we said, he had 7 first place podiums in medium and unlimited classes. We traditionally have given Bogger of the year to somebody that's raced with us the whole season, and somebody that has had a lot of podium wins. Obviously, you've got to have good sportsmanship. Dane is really excellent, in the pit areas. I've had a lot of people talk about, giving advice and just being a good guy in general. And I'll be honest, when you look at the other like series points overall winners, you'll see a lot of Grayson Drake and you'll see a lot of Gavin Spain on there too. Those 3 guys were sort of the ones that we were looking at when we came into this event. And it was tough. It was tough. Gavin and Grayson are young men. Dane's obviously, older. Not that he's old, but he's not a young man. He's not a teenager. So it's a little hard to compare like sportsmanship from somebody like who's a grown man versus, the younger kids, but they're all phenomenal. I know Grayson has always been super respectful to me. So has Gavin. I couldn't be more proud of all of those guys, but ultimately, and they've all taken home podium places in 3 classes. Gavin and Grayson's, I think Grayson had more podiums overall, but Gavin and Grayson had a mix of first, seconds, and thirds, and Dane just had all straight first place podiums. And so ultimately, that was what it came down to. And now he can retire, right?
Yeah. Dane's definitely not going to retire. He is the wheelman for Dig Rig Power Sports and drives the wheels off of everything they bring every single time he shows up. And we had a lot of good racing. Even Cameron raced some with us on the knockout racing, and we love seeing those guys race. I was really hoping we were going to see a Dane Cameron heads up.
I know. I was hoping for it. I said that to Cameron. He's like, I'm going to get knocked down on this round because I don't remember which lane it was, but he was like, I don't like this lane. I'm not going to win in this lane. And he was like, I already know. And that's kind of what happened. So I'm going broke because of him, because of Ethan.
You ain't going.
Hey, Shane. Hey, Travis. Hey, y'all. So kind of segueing from we're talking about Dane and Bogger of the Year. Next year, we want to do, I think what we're going to do next year is sort of take what we've been using the Bogger of the Year for and turn that into the King of the Deep. So if you've had, if you've had like really impressive podium wins and all that, I think we're going to make that the King of the Deep. But we don't want to just award the people that can afford to, and to have machines or, afford to race in multiple classes. There are really good racers in some of, that just race in one single class. Like for example, Jacob Ray has done really well this year. He only really competes mostly in one class. And so we want to do an overall the King of the Deep next year, and then we want to do some awards for Bogger of the Year, or maybe we'll name it something, I don't know, but an award within each class. And then we would also I would like to do something that's based on more about your sportsmanship than your wins.
Katie wants to do a Mr. Congeniality.
Mr. Congeniality, yes, and have it like voted for by the racers, because we can say all day what we think, but we're not in the pits. We're not the ones that you're calling, each other to ask, hey, what's going on with this or that or whatever. And I think it would be cool to have.
I think it would be cool to have a racer voted award where just the racers vote on it. We basically send out a kind of score sheet, and each racer can vote on whoever they can write it in.
Yeah.
But I think that would be cool just to have something for the people who don't necessarily always win. Maybe it is the person that always wins. We don't know, but it's going to be something that we vote on by the racers for the racers.
Right. So we're kind of making plans about that. And
next year.
We will, let you guys know as that comes about what we're planning to do for that. We are working on our calendar for next year. We have talked to lots of parks. We've had lots of parks reach out to us. We've got parks that are still reaching out to us right now, trying to kind of figure out what fits with the schedule, what's a good fit, where we want to go. What we want to do. But right now, just so you guys know, we're kind of doing we're planning on 6 to 8 series events. Yes. Hold on one second. We're going to do 6 to 8 series events. And it looks like we're going to be already, that I know of, in at least 5 to 6, if not more, states. And our overall calendar is looking like 18 to 20 events for us. So 18 to 20 events with 6 to 8 series events in 5 or 6 states is what I'm thinking right now.
If a couple of these parks will get back to us, it might be 7 to 9. So, hey,
we'll see.
Kenny Wayne Miller, yes. Obviously we had come in there and did the best we could with the track prep with Casey and everybody. So we definitely could take some advice from you guys on how to make that a little bit better, I'm sure, in the future, bud.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know if you're talking about the drags or the,
We're talking about the drag racing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to comment on the
exit, which basically means that they won't exit together, so they won't hit each other.
Yeah.
And then I definitely understand what you mean. And the shutdown room, because basically he was saying they needed more room at the end of the track, because it's 300 foot, and then they need 500 to 800 feet to shut down. So small tire.
So,
you talking about in the small tire?
I thought they were talking about the bounty hole.
Well, I can tell you what, you're right about that too. We should have had maybe a diagram for each lane on where they were exiting, but
I think
we had a lot of return lanes. Just we weren't clear on where to go, and I definitely agree. The shutdown room at the end was kind of short.
It wasn't what we planned, and it was out of our hands and the park's hands. They had a visit from a government agency, and that's all I can say about that. So
I'll say this: there was definitely some things that we wanted to do differently, and we just couldn't. But that's definitely important.
So we will make sure that we change some things, and I also think that we try to level the playing field. One thing that we've always allowed is people to race up in the tire size, because when we started the series and where we're geographically located at, there are not as many big bikes. And I talked about this a little bit kind of after the awards ceremony for some of the people that were still hanging around. But as we're moving further south and we're getting more of those, in, it changes things a little bit. But we've always allowed people to race up. Really, when we do that, the only way we can level the playing field is by the holes themselves, by design. And so we're trying to make these holes with the bigger classes deeper. And we're also trying to do stuff where we try to prevent people from just totally walking away with it by running off the top. And so there's some stuff but you guys don't stop. Even when we put things in there to help try to slow you down, you just don't. You just, like, it doesn't even matter. You guys just send it like Mr. Jerry Lee. So we need to be careful, and safety is more important to us than anything else. So we're going to make sure that
you guys, Bill kind of said a little bit about it. We're not going to say too much about it, but obviously we had some plans to change up the exits, and the way it was done was basically we had to do it the way it was, but we still had I measured it 150 feet, but we couldn't take out some of the trees that were still not directly in the exit, but we're still within a shot of it. So but definitely, hey man, we want everybody to go home safe. I said that when we got started, and we always want to exit. The exit was a hard exit for that reason. If you were going to hit it, then definitely you had to hit it and put it all on the line. But I think it kind of threw some people for a loop there more than we wanted it to.
Well, and as we said, running out of daylight because of some of the issues and that definitely made it tougher too. And so, but we're going to make sure that we make adjustments for that for next time. So, all right. So we are looking at 6 to 8 series events in 5 to 6 states, 18 to 20 events next year overall for us. We are right now tentatively planning to start in March, hopefully early March. So that is what we're looking at. Early March to November is looking like the timeline for next year. We are working right now to get everything back from the parks, puzzle piecing that together so that we can let you know what dates you need to plan on, get our schedule out. And then once we do that, then we will get you guys the classes and the rules out as well. Because I know that does not leave a lot of time to turn things around for any adjustments or builds that you guys want to do. So we're going to try to get that out ASAP, correct?
Yeah.
And I did say this after the meeting. I'm going to try to get this done by the end of the week. I'd like to get like kind of a survey thoughts form for you guys, for the racers, to for you guys to give us your thoughts about next season. All the stuff that you're saying right here, you can let us know, and we would love to hear it. We love to hear the feedback from you guys. Right?
Absolutely. We got a lot of stuff we're going to work on.
Thank you, Braxton.
Yeah, Ron, obviously our payouts this year were changing because of the 50% of the buy-ins. That was the only thing that changed. And we were clear on that. And then the rules that will be consistent for the entirety of the series. I don't know any rules that changed. So.
The only thing that changed was we said that the small tire NA had to take the bottle off after the second half of the series. When we came in, we said that we didn't want the bottle on there because even though people were turning it off or disconnecting it, we didn't want there to be any confusion about that. And also we changed the registration fees, but we added the additional money for the registration fees into the payouts. And we did put something out at the beginning of the year. Maybe it's not in the rules, and you need to put that in as far as what the series overall payouts are going to be.
Yeah, I have to separate them. I think, Bill, especially in our lower tire classes, I don't know if we're going to have enough payouts to make it worth the while in the big tire class, but we definitely need to do something. Yeah, the only thing that happened this year in that class, Ron, was that a manufacturer started manufacturing long trailing arms. So we will have to address that next year in that class.
Yeah. Here we go.
But I know what you mean.
Candace said
definitely was some gray area in there, but that's what happens. People build for the class, and I think that's what it is. We'll have to figure that out.
Maybe thinking about in the big tire a way to make the exit timer a little higher where you can't jump over them coming out of the hole.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
That's true.
Wheelbase rule. Bill said, send me sponsor info. Awesome. I'll get that over to you, Bill. And Candace said, one thought, maybe something for the girls. We can't compare to these boys. Listen,
yeah, I'm down for that.
I am too, especially because like the further we move, and I don't know if it'd be something that we can do every race. Maybe it's something at the end of the year that we could do. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so many pieces of the pie. So,
well, also
gotta,
a thing is that I have to think about this is if we're going to have enough to participate at every race. And I mean, we may, but that's a big thing is if we're going to do it at every race, then
right.
Beginning of the year, no stretch again was different. I think the only thing that was any different was the bolt-on CFAB or PF
Okay.
The only thing that really was changed or not allowed
before I love that,
was still no stretch.
But
we'll talk about it some more.
So, Candace, I want to talk to you then about that and get your. I'll help you in a minute. I want to talk to you about that then, and obviously we want to do something. And I think coming further down south, we will be down south more next year. So I think that that will be good. And I think that being down south is going to afford us the opportunity to have more women race with us. I think it's going to afford us the opportunity to have more machines race, especially in the unlimited with the larger machines. I feel personally like that we don't have a lot of, like in our small tire class, we only really have one small tire side by side in both the NA and the open class. So I don't know as much about switching those, like separating those out. If we were going to keep the small tire, I personally kind of almost feel like we keep the open and we keep the NA and we clarify what those rules are and we figure out all the stretch stuff. I don't really know a lot about that, but we figure that out.
I seriously think what we're going to do is in the stock NA class, we're going to make y'all show the bill of sale that you bought it the day before the event. Haven't changed anything. Can't even change the gas in it, guys.
And then, but I do think, especially for the larger classes, it would be cool to split that, because I know a lot of the people that run the bigger machines were saying that they would love to have it separate. But again, there's only so many pieces of the pie. So
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe right now, Bill, for Rick Mertens to get him a hat. An umbrella hat, and a fan. We'll get him one of those neck fans that go around his neck and shoot up. I'm gonna get Katie one too.
Emma wants to beat the guys. I know. I want Emma to beat the guys.
I agree. We're gonna get y'all some relief.
Well, I promise she looks better than all of them racing, though. I do promise that. So Braxton said, "I like the running up rule. Y'all help y'all and the racer make it fun."
Well, I'll tell you guys what, the whole running up rule, really, there's not a single person that raced up this year that place very often, and especially not in the final races. And I say this, guys, if you look at unlimited Dane 1, medium tire Dane 1, that's a side by side. And obviously the rule of attrition, he came to all the races, but the ATVs and side by sides with the right hole, the hole has got to be very, very important. And I say this for King of the Deep, and I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I'll say this. All year long, because we haven't allowed people to race up, we had to keep that in the very front of our minds. And everything that we did all year long was to try to make sure that everybody that was racing was going to race a good hole, that was going to race a hole that was good enough to keep those people from racing up. And so we did that. And I'll be honest about that.
Yeah, and we try to offer like a variety of different kinds of. Like we do the Bounty Challenge course at the graveyard, which ironically, yes, you're right.
Especially tough for the big bikes on that course style. There's just nothing we can do to level that playing field other than make it real, real, real deep. And I can tell you next year, if you come to the graveyard, y'all better get ready, boy. They're going to turn me loose on the excavator next year.
Yeah.
But we're coming to the graveyard. I'll tell y'all when.
We are. I think it's going to be the end of March is when we're at the graveyard. The end of March, beginning of April, somewhere in there.
We'll let y'all know all that stuff.
But we'll get that out for you guys. And we are excited about it. Wasn't what I was going to say is that even though the graveyard, I will say this, and the other thing about the graveyard, is that because of the way the track is designed, there's no way to make it go any faster than what it takes longer because it's like a 2,000-foot course, and then you can only go one at a time because you enter and you exit in the same place. So that one is a long day. But It is.
It started earlier.
Everyone loves it. It's like one of the most. Somebody even commented that earlier. It's everybody's like favorite event because they like love driving on it like that.
Garrett Robertson, I'll tell everybody we're talking about that class, and I'll make a whole live video where we all just sit down and talk about that one class. I tell you what, man, it really tickles my tummy to tell y'all about the amount of interest in just the NA class and all these different rules and racers and everybody. Because I can tell you, we want to get it right. We want to get the rules right. We want to have the best rules. We want to have the most clear and transparent rules. And we want to have the most racer-friendly rules that we can.
Yeah, we ended up having, 27 drivers in the small tire NA class, which is, I mean, just amazing. Like, that's phenomenal. We're going to do some things different. We're, like I said, I'll see if I can get like a form out for you guys to give us some feedback as racers and just what you think. And then maybe we can have like a deadline for that. And then Steve and I can talk about it and he can do a live where he kind of goes over that with you guys. Because I do think it's, we do all this for y'all.
Well, we're going to get it right. So, and, I don't want it to change, or I don't want anybody to think that we changed. So we're going to do that class next year. And I didn't intend or have any inclination that it would change this year. And the thing is the bikes that were being built by some of these builders and everything, or the trailing arms and the A arms and everything that were being built were allowed in our class. Anything that came off the frame was allowed. And we're not going to get too much into it tonight, but I definitely want to do something so that class stays true to what we intended it to be.
Yeah, for sure. Wheelbase rule, very easy.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it some more. I think that leaves a lot of gray area. The wheelbase rule. That's the only way we do it. But I think we got to put some more on it, because if not, it leaves way too much.
He said, "Yeah, the stretch rule kills me because my youngest son rides a stretch bike, but it's not a nitrous." Yeah. Well, and that's it. Consistency is key. You're right.
We said no frame stretches. That was consistency. And then the trailing arms was consistent in the fact that was no longer part of the frame. So we definitely have tried to be consistent, and we were all year long on what we allowed.
Yeah. It's hard to forecast and set your rules for the whole year, and then you're married to it for the year. And I guess that's what happened was they started doing that midway through the year, and
I think that was one of the things that early on people had said, it's just being practiced.
Well, we try not to ban people around here.
No, I'll tell y'all right now, man, we dealt with this so much the first year. And I'll tell you, that was a lot of the problems that we had the first year. Was the rules were kind of not really real clear on some things. And then we had Robert Parker racing, and you guys know what that means. Robert would say, "Oh, well, you can run this valve stem, and you can run this new, thingamabobber, and all this stuff that he would come up with on what he could run." And it was a constant battle. But, we don't want to do that kind of thing. Now that's racing. You're racing the rules, but we want to be clear on everything. And I don't want anybody to think that it's not consistent or changed.
Bryson said, "I raced one time in NA. Dang." All right.
Hey, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we do love the camaraderie. That is a big thing for us. Is we want everybody to enjoy what we do. We want everybody to have fun. We want everybody to get along and try to make this something that we can enjoy for years to come. Yeah, I agree, Garrett. The exit pits this event after getting done. Once we start, we can't change the pits, and so that kind of made it where once we saw what was going on, we kind of just had to go with it.
Yeah. We haven't had. I don't think we've had any thing like that yet this year. This was like the championship big finale event, but yeah, I mean, I definitely want people to be safe.
No, Garrett. We're not going to make the King of the Deep holes easy. Just people.
We want them to be safe.
They want it. Yeah, they were safe. Nobody went over except for Emma. That was the only one. And I think she had a mechanical failure where she couldn't go down and get into it. But I mean, I think the holes, for the most part, every single one of our holes, we got to put on the show too. And we got to sell tickets, and we got to make people interested in the events. And the jumps, I think the option for people to go down into the hole was a great option. There was only one person that I saw really had any issues.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who rolled down in earlier in
that,
the day, and I don't know if like it got. I don't really know anything about dirt and moving dirt and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it got. I don't know what happened, but she was the only one that happened. So I don't know if it was something with the bike or what. But
well, I say this like, we do try to make things fun, and we do try to make things safe, and so we want our racers to go home in one piece and not in the ambulance.
Yes,
so
for sure,
I think the end of the holes at this event were the jumps or whatever. We need to plan those out, but we definitely had a good time, and we had a great turnout, great racing. Everybody went home. Jerry and Jacob went home safe by the end of the weekend, so we enjoyed it.
Mickey, that's not a bad idea. The water was definitely high this year, especially for for some of our shorter friends like Hunter and everything. Yes, absolutely. But yeah. All right, so let me tell you guys about our last event of the year. We originally had 13 events on our schedule this year. 6 of those were series events. We ended up adding additional events, 3 more, and so we ended up with 16 events. So we've got 1 more left on our calendar for the year. We are heading back to Top Trails in Talladega, Alabama. This is New Year's weekend. This is the flyer that they've released. They've kind of been waiting on us to give them some information on our end, but we are going to be doing a hill climb, and I think it is an $8,000 hill climb. I don't know if any of y'all are hill climb people, but if you're not doing anything that weekend and you want to go watch some people do some really cool racing, or if you want to compete yourself, we'll be at Top Trails, and we're going to get the classes and the rules and the payouts out for that hopefully within the next week.
Yeah. Hey, we're going big for New Year's 2025 at Top Trails. Y'all come and enjoy it. Top Trails, in my opinion, has got one of the coolest parks. It is an old military base. They've got a grid kind of set up for all the trails that are going kind of inside of that the grid. There's 130 bomb shelters on that property, and they have shelters that you can rent out. They have cabins that you can rent out. They have powered camping spots that you can rent out, and they've got all the dry camping and everything that you could ever want there at Top Trails. It is a great facility, great staff.
Yeah.
They've got a really nice check-in area with a lot of cool stuff up front. They've got great showers. They've got showers,
cool place,
inside showers. They've got showers on the outside that you can use. And I can tell you what, I've been to a lot of parks, and I know a good party when I see one. And 5 Hills is just as good as any to you to come hang out. They've got bonfires.
Yes.
We've got a lot of stuff going on that weekend that we're going to be releasing stuff. Yeah. I can't say too much.
Okay.
As soon as I start talking, I'm going to start telling them.
All right. Maybe next live. But we're going to do some fun stuff. For
got
sure.
A lot of cool stuff coming up at Top Trails. Shout out Scooter and all their staff at Top Trails.
She said Emma's bike lost power. Yeah,
yes,
it was something. Yeah, we knew. Knew it was something. All right, and then hold
on.
It
happens.
Ryan says, "Sound like a Braxton only class needs to be made." Okay.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Who was at Fallbacks last year and watched Braxton do the exact same thing Emma did? Okay, Braxton, don't you remember? So don't feel bad at all, Emma. It happens to the best of them.
It does. So
Braxton remembers.
He said, "LOL, me." Yeah.
It happens, Emma. Don't feel bad.
But we thank y'all for supporting us, for coming out. I think it was a fantastic event. 195 runs. We didn't run quite all of them. Thank goodness the holes were not a stuck fest. We've had those happen before. The holes were great. We talked about some things that could be improved, but overall, great show. The knockout track was on point. Thanks, Dan, for that. The drag racing was amazing. Thank you, Casey, and everybody over there for doing that and getting that the way it needed to be. We didn't finish drag racing until probably almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and that was so fun. And it was just a great weekend. Everybody had really good vibes, and it was great. Problem child was a problem that day.
It was great. And, just by how many people we still got sitting here watching, we had a great year. So much support from so many people. Yeah. We try to do this for you guys. And I said that at the event, the racers are why we do this year in, year out. And, we are always willing to listen to the feedback. We're always willing to learn. And, this is a dynamic organization, and we try our best to change to fit what we think is the best for the racers, the best for the sponsors, the best for the parks, and for the spectators. And, that changes, and we now get into 2025, and thank God we got now Donald Trump, number 47 in the White House coming up. I think we're going to have a great year for 2025. A lot of the parks and a lot of the people now have a much more optimistic outlook on what they're going to do. So big things coming for 2025. And if there's anything that we can do for you guys, if there's anything that y'all have questions about, if there's anything that I can refer y'all to anybody for, just let me know. There's a lot of work that's going to be done between now and when we hopefully get started back. But as soon as we can, we'll let y'all know what that's going to look like. And 2025 is going to be the biggest year ever.
Yeah.
And, we don't pat ourselves on the back and say what we do, but we're going to put it out there soon. And I promise y'all, you guys are going to love the schedule we've got for 2025. Yeah. And it's going to be right there where you guys can attend. And we're going to be down south more than ever.
Yeah, we're excited about it. And I will say this, like, Steve, we've been doing the series now. This is the 4th year for the series. 2025 will be the 5th year. But Steve has been doing these bounty holes in the woods, just giving people's coolers of beer for prizes for about 9 going on 10 years now. And it's been a labor of love and learning. And you never say, that you have reached the peak. You can always learn things and make improvements. You can always do better. And that's what I'll say about that. Yes, you can, is that we can always do better. We're always going to do our best and bring 100% and make it better for you guys every time. And if we need to make changes, then, we will. We're human, and we want it to be the best it can be for you guys. And we will continue, as he said, to make adjustments and to make it better for everybody. So bigger and better. Onward and upward.
Yeah, so. I mean, I think that's only right, because you guys put so much into it. When we see all the hours and all the dedication and all the time, effort, and energy spent so that you guys can make our races, it's important. From the racers to the sponsors that believe in us, it's really something that we put the time and effort and energy because of how much you guys put into it. So we just want to give that back to y'all. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What that looks like, we have no idea yet, to be honest with you, Kenny, but we do have big plans for making King of the Deep a much more diverse series, and we're going to add in as much as we can possibly fit into our events so that everybody has a reason to come and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Assistant management is here.
As Rob said, don't worry,
I'm shown
here.
up finally. Mr. Rob Tingman, man, we're glad you could finally make it in. We know you got 7,193 emails still to return, but
you guys may have known that Rob has been missing from the last several events. They have been. He is, the last. The number 4 and number 5 event of the series, we had hurricanes coming through our area, and Rob has a nonprofit called Carolina Relief, and he has been working hard to provide aid and resources in the western part of the state. And so that has sort of kept him tied up and busy and unavailable to get to the events.
Yeah,
so
big shout out to Polaris Off-Road. Polaris has really been good to Rob, and a lot of the people around here don't even know how much they have done to try to help out in the western part of North Carolina, because they're not asking for any praise or anything, so far as attention for it. But big shout out to Rob Tingman and all he's doing with Carolina Relief. And also, again, and our industry has really stepped up. I'll say that over here in the western part of North Carolina, the ATV riders, the side-by-side riders, the off-road people, they have stepped up in a way that, few have really publicized, but they really have. The riders that were so big in Hatfield, McCoy have all kind of just come into the western part of North Carolina and needed a lot of instruction and guidance. And Rob has been a good person to give that to a lot of the people coming in and helping. So
yeah,
can't say how much that means to us. And that's where Rob has been. A lot of people have asked about Rob and where he is.
Like, there's like, did you and Rob break up? What's going on with the romance?
Yeah, me and Rob are as strong as ever. We're still telepic. Me and Rob, we get together, and it's always a good time. So
and when you guys get together, there's always some just like.
Well, but definitely we have
happens.
missed Rob at the event, and I know everybody misses Rob's commentary on the microphone.
Yeah.
So we definitely have missed him, and that's where Rob has been. Everybody, and if anybody wants to get with Rob to participate or donate or contribute in any way, let us know.
We got to see.
I don't know. It's still up for grabs on the Better with the Mic.
Darius.
Rob is definitely better at giving away stuff on the microphone.
Yeah.
I was slack. I had a lot of free stuff to give away this weekend, and I forgot to do it.
Turn that off for a minute. We got kids' tablets going. Are y'all doing any bounty holes in the South Carolina next year? Right now, we don't have anything locked in for South Carolina. I will say this, if you guys know of any parks that you want us to talk to or that you think would be a good fit or that would be interested, because there's so many places, and we work with parks that are 200, 300 acre parks, and we work with parks that are, thousands of acre parks. Like there's not a park where we would sit here and say, you're too small for us to work with, or you're off the table for us to consider at all. And we offer a variety of options, I should say, so that we want to make it work. With somebody that wants to support us, we want to support them, and we want to make it work. So we definitely, if there's a park that you want us to work with or that you would suggest, please, especially if you have a contact there, get us in touch with them. We are definitely at the point now with it over the next week or two, I've got to sort of finalize everything and get these contracts out.
Yeah, there's a lot of irons in the fire right now, guys. And every one of these parks y'all mentioned, we've kind of talked about. But hey, reach out to us. Yep, I've seen Bogging on the Plains, and we've definitely interested in Elton Road, Wild Country, of course, Top Trails, the Graveyard. We would love to come back to Iron Mountain. So anyway, we're just throwing all that out there. But anywhere you guys would like to come and see us, let us know, because right now is the time we are really going to put together an unbelievable 2025 schedule. And I promise it's going to be something that we're going to make great for everybody. We're going to make Bounty Hole Racing great.
Great again?
Not again. It's always been great.
We're going to keep Bounty Hole Racing great.
We're going to make it greater than it was.
All right. So I think you promised a giveaway.
All right. Yeah. So, hey, look, I know we've got about 14, 20 people still watching this, fluctuating right now. Okay. We gave away quite a bit of money this weekend thanks to so many people. So we talked about our sponsors throughout the video, but y'all comment on the video right now. How much money total do you think we gave away this weekend at our Grand River King of the Deep finale event? I'll tell you if you're getting close. So y'all start commenting. Let me know. You can comment more than once. That's pretty close, Ryan. You're getting close. What are we giving Ryan away? Said 35. I'll give away a hat and a t-shirt, a combo. Ryan's the only one commenting so far. He said 35, 32. Rick might know. Don't comment then, Ricky. Sherry said.
He doesn't know exactly.
Let's see here. David said 18.
It's okay.
Sherry said 10. Darius said 20. 37, 36.
What are they saying? 37,000? Is that what they're saying? Okay.
38,000. 30. David Rogers coming in real close. So David Rogers is the closest so far. I'll say that. He's the closest so far with 31,000 is David so far. Kenny's close with 33. 31 is the closest.
I don't think I gave you the total amount
you got it right there.
No. Ricky said that he said, yes, I do. You told me. Did I tell you the total, like kids and knockout and everything? I don't remember.
All right, hang on. We're trying to, it's coming in hot and fast. All right, hang on. The closest one so far is still 31. So 31,000. It's less than 31. I'll give you all that. It's less than 31,000. Let's see here. 31.2 is not far off. It's less than 31. 35 is really close, Ryan. 30,500. It's less than 30,500. It's more than 29.5. I'll tell you that, Kenny. You guys are getting close.
Hold on. Let me make sure.
30,250 is pretty close. That's not right. Exactly. It's getting close, you guys. You're getting really close. 30,000. Yep, 30,200. David is just the closest so far. 30,200 is the closest so far. 30,175 is the closest so far. 30,175 is the closest so far. It's under that number though. 30,100 is the closest so far. That's going to be Candace or Brian Baxley's. 30,100 is less than that, guys, but you're getting really close. 30,000, getting close. 30,050. Ryan is the closest so far. It's less than 30,050. It's less than 30,050. But it is so close to 30,050. It's above 30,025, Sherry. So you're close so far. It's above 30,025 and it's below 30,050. Who's going to hit the number on the head?
Dan's close.
Dan's really close.
Oh, Julie's close.
Who's it going to be? Mickey is so close. Mickey, there it is. Sherry. Sherry's the winner. $30,000. $40, guys. Yes. Sherry is your winner. $30,000.
Oh, sorry.
$40.
I got the green screen on, so you can't really see it, but there it is. Yep.
$30,040. And Sherry is your winner. Sherry is your winner. She's the first one that we saw on the screen with $30,040. Sherry is the winner.
Thank y'all for playing.
Man, you guys made this an unbelievable year. We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We appreciate everybody who put forth such a great effort this year to race with us. I can't tell you guys how great of a year this is. This is the best year we've ever had for King of the Deep, and I promise you next year's just going to get better.
Yep, we are so excited. Rob said, I said that 20 minutes ago. I win finally. Yeah, Sherry's been trying to win for like years. So, but we're excited. Like I said, I'm gonna get
Rob's mad. He said we're cheating him.
I'm gonna get that feedback
Rob,
form.
We're gonna work on the rules, Rob. Don't worry, okay?
Lord, we're gonna have rules for the giveaways now. There'll be a link on the website. Don't worry. But she said I'm yelling numbers at my phone. But I'm gonna get that feedback form for the racers because, like I said, I really want to know what you guys think. Not saying we promise that we'll do everything, but it's important to us. And let us know if you know of any parks that you didn't mention on here that you think would be interested. If you've got any contacts, link us up with them. Also, same thing for sponsorships. If there's somebody that you think would be a good fit for us as far as sponsorship, and what we're about, what we do, what we can, what we offer, and what our values are, and you think that there's someone that you think would be good in the industry that would align with us, let me know, and I'll reach out to them as well and send over our information. So
awesome. Thank y'all. Can't say it enough how much we appreciate everybody, and we hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have.
Sounds good. All right, you guys. Look at this. It was a good race. Close race. Ran by the best people, the very best people. Lots of mud, the best mud, the brownest mud. We have the best mud. I said that in my Trump voice.
We definitely had the best this weekend. It was unbelievable.
Look, Daniel said I'll just bring snacks for Rick.
That's it. Yes, you really won.
Yes, Sherry.
I promise.
You really won.
I'm not pulling your chain. Just message me what size hat what size shirt that you need, Sherry. We'll send you some shirts. I got a couple I can send you.
Yeah. Got some good stuff. All right, you guys. That's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
We'll probably do a live. Maybe we'll do one in a couple of weeks. Give you guys any updates we've got as far as what next year looks like. And then also maybe we can do an update on like going over rules and stuff. Oh, Rob has a giveaway?
What do you got, Rob? We're always good for giveaways. What do we got, Rob? Rob is a giving man. You guys just don't know how much Rob does for us.
Overkill Power Sports. Okay, I'm going to write it down.
We'll check that out.
Rob's already got a job for me. He called me about 30 minutes before the live, and he's like, I need your help.
Oh, she said she's going to wear them with pride.
Yeah, I love Sherry. She's the best. She's always been... How many missed calls?
Rick Murray. I can guess right now. 5. Let's go 5. Ricky's fast. Ricky is fast, son. Ricky is on it. I was going 5. I was going on one hand. I told you to call me back. Cool. Overkill Power Sports. Okay. They sit again.
Overkill. Cool.
Hey, man, we love y'all again. We appreciate everybody. We're going to get off of here, and y'all have a great night, and look for more King of the Deep stuff. Please keep liking and sharing all of our content, and it means so much to us. It means so much to our sponsors when you support our sponsors that support us. They make all of this possible. Without them, this would never happen. So thank you guys so much to everybody, and especially a big thank you to all of our sponsors. You can see again those on the screen, and if you need a list of those or if you need any recommendations, please let me know.
Yep. So with that, it's higher than 35. I don't know. I'm beginning to think that that's not an accident. But with that being said, y'all, you guys have a good night. We will catch you here in another week or two, give you everything that we can as far as updates. And other than that, y'all have a great week.